Hello everyone and welcome to Pearls of Fisdom with Nirmal. I'm Avan Dabash. Now today we want to talk about these games that I'm sure you've played online. Kopia, World Cricket Championships, Classic Rummy, I'm sure you've heard of all of them. Well, the company that is a diversified gaming and e-sporting company in emerging and developed markets and is in a prime position to capitalize on the boom in gaming is Nazara Technologies. Let us connect with Nitish Mittersain, who's joining in. He's the founder and the CEO. Thank you so much, Nitish. Let's begin with the big news. The approval to raise about 900 crores from existing ventures and a clutch of new investors. What will that be used towards?
Sure. As Nazara is pretty active in the M&A space, and over the years we've succeeded, acquiring valuable companies and growing them super fast. We were able to raise this INR 900 crores from some marquee investors, including Plutus Wealth, including SBI Mutual Fund, successful founders such as Mithun Sacheti, because we're going to redeploy these into M&A activities, including the recent Poker Bazi acquisition that we have done. So I think a lot of the funds will get deployed into such investments.
And you've seen multiple acquisitions that you guys have undertaken. Paperboard, there have been so many others. What is your rationale for these acquisitions? How will they add to your lucrative position already?
Sure. Starting with Paperboard apps, which has the popular Kopia app. As you know, we've already been a 51% owner for many years, and we thought this was the right time for us to acquire 100% stake in the company, and grow it from this point onwards. So we're quite active in that, and looks like a lot of interesting opportunities that we can go after. Fusebox has also been an interesting opportunity for us. They work on, IP-based games, are quite successful and scaled up profitable business, generating cash flows based out of the UK, around 40 professionals working there. And we think we can take this to many other markets and add new IPs using their game engine that is already a proven monetization platform. So we're excited to add that to our portfolio. And Poker Bazi is, India's leading online poker destination with over 60% market share. So if we got into the skill-based gaming space, we really wanted to go with a market leader, and in Poker Bazi I think we've really got a market leader that has fantastic growth opportunity. So I think this is what has kept us busy, and we've added some really good companies to our overall Nazara platform.
And Nitish, there was of course the Poker Bazi acquisition, and this at the time when there's not too much clarity on GST here. So how do you expect this part of the business to shape up?
Yeah, I think there are two aspects to it. One is the going forward clarity, which I think has emerged. I think it's now very clear how you pay GST, and how you comply with the policies. So I think that's made us a lot more comfortable in entering that space. I think the overhang is with the retrospective aspects of GST in the past claims, and I'm also hopeful that in the coming time, there will be some solution or resolution to this whole topic. So I think going forward, there should be enough clarity for us to be able to scale this business. And Poker Bazi is a business that's growing very fast, 40 to 50% year on year. And I think they will continue to grow bigger and dominate this space.
And you've always maintained that you're prioritizing growth over margins. So give us a little bit more perspective there.
Yeah. I think for a company like Nazara today, with the kind of opportunities in front of us across many of the segments that we operate, I think achieving scale is definitely a priority and will remain a priority. That said, our DNA is to run profitable businesses and not lose money. So we don't like to grow at all costs or grow by incurring large losses. So we'll continue to be profitable, but we will continue to prioritize growth over margins and profitability. That said, while we don't have a specific guidance out for the current year, we've kind of put a guidance out for FY27 of 300 crores INR EBITDA, and I think we are well on track in achieving that.
What kind of growth are you targeting when it comes to revenues in the next 5 years?
At this point of time, we don't have a revenue guidance, but I think for a company like Nazara, again, how can we, multifold increase our revenues or our top line over the next years with high quality of revenues is where we are focusing.
What about, the outlook, Nitish, when it comes to Kopia? What kind of ARPUs can we expect?
We're taking a very different approach with Kopia now that we have acquired 100% stake. Beyond the linear, LTV CAC equation that we keep playing and we have struggled post the Apple IDFA changes, our focus right now is to, partner with a lot of popular kids IP globally, integrate all of this IP into Kidopia, and I think that will bring us a lot of organic traffic which can scale. I think a product like Kidopia should double from where it is within 3 years if we get everything right, and that's what we're going to focus on.
And you have a decent cash balance. You've got a lot of global expansion lined up. Tell us a little bit more about the war chest that you're earmarking.
We will continue to, be active in the M&A space, and therefore, if we find an opportunity that is lucrative for us, we will definitely deploy our cash over there. A lot of our business, especially the game studio business right now, is focused westwards. A lot of our revenues, over 40%, are coming from the US market. But India is a core strategic market for us. We recently launched Nazara Publishing, and we're looking to partner a lot of global players to bring and grow their business and games in India. So I think both India as well as global expansion will continue to be paramount for us.
Sure, and you've also got the profitability of Nwin, which is in question. How are you looking at new events, new IPs, bolstering this side of the business?
Yes, Nodwin has many popular IPs online and offline, including Battleground, Master Series that they work with Crafton on, offline properties like NH7 Weekender, Comic Con, etc. DreamHack. They have media content such as Playground. So I think they built a lot of interesting IPs, and they're growing well. Again, multi-digit percentage growth currently that they are experiencing, double digit. I mean, and we think that this whole pipe to the youth, where youth attention span is very limited, and I think a platform like Nodwin around esports, gaming, music, comedy, comics, pop culture can really attract that youth attention, which is rare, and that's what we're really building. If I were to say, what we are building in Nodwin is really a pipe to the youth.
And Sportskida has continued its growth. What kind of margins can we expect?
Sportskida has also been pretty acquisitive. After their Pro Football Network acquisition in recent times, they acquired Soap Central in the US. They also acquired a gaming channel called LTRs. They are, growing on new platforms such as YouTube. So we're seeing continues to see profitable growth over there. And I think that company has a long way to go in terms of what it can become.
Sure, and take us through Adtech. What kind of outlook you're looking at? It's a high margin business for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Adtech business is recovering it after a hiccup, last year or last 18 months, but it's on the right track. They may also do acquisition or two to scale up, and we think FY26 should be a very good year for the Adtech business.
And finally, Nitish, you're at the helm of a company that's really embracing technology. Give us some pearls of wisdom. Because you really started out at a young age. You started coding out at the age of 7. What advice do you have?
Of course, for startup founders, especially in the gaming space, one message I always give is, it's very important to focus on real metrics versus vanity metrics. Focusing on product market fit, focusing on metrics such as retention, monetization, virality. These are the areas we should be focusing on before we spend money in scaling up a product. So that's what I tell my internal team. And the second point is, now with the advancement of AI, I think every person doing a new startup in gaming or outside should have a AI first approach. It's really here to stay and it's going to be very disruptive, and we can't ignore it. So I think these two messages is what I would send out today.
Okay, thank you so much, Nitish. Been a pleasure interacting with you as always. With that, it's a wrap on this edition.
Sure, Avan. Thank you. Bye.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to never miss an update from Nirmal Bang.